What's going on, NFL fans? Welcome back to Touchdown Kingdom, the hub of the freshest NFL updates and insights. In today's video, we will be breaking down some players that have the most to prove heading into 2024. Now, this list will consist of some players that even had good seasons last year and some bad seasons last year, but the whole concept of the video is they need to prove to be their guy for their respectful team in the 2024 NFL season. Please feel free to comment down below some players that come to mind for you guys, as we love to be interactive with NFL fans across the world here on Touchdown Kingdom. Don't forget to hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's get straight into business. Coming in at number 1, we got Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has a lot to prove. He's coming off a second All-Pro season for the Dallas Cowboys. A phenomenal regular season for Dak Prescott, but the issue with him is he did not step up when it mattered the most in the postseason. Now, the Dallas Cowboys are a very interesting team because they are a squad that the narrative is that they play well in the regular season, always to come up short in the postseason. And they literally answered that narrative, and they proved everybody correct this past season. So can Dak Prescott not only continue being a dominant quarterback in the regular season this upcoming year, but can he get them into the playoffs and go on a playoff run? This is it for Dak Prescott. He wants a bigger contract. He wants somewhere near $55 to $60 million a year. He's got to prove to be worth it in the playoffs, because that is when legacy is born. That is when you have to really prove it to yourself and the rest of your fan base and the organization that you are the guy for the upcoming future. So Dak Prescott is definitely an interesting guy that we wanted to talk about first. Before we go any further in today's video, we wanted to give a shout out to the proud sponsor of Touchdown Kingdom, BetUS Sportsbook. If you guys want to click the link down below in the description, you will receive a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits by using the promo code JOIN125. Up to $2,500. BetUS Sportsbook is a reliable sportsbook that you can gamble on all NFL bets. They got awesome NFL future prop bets, NFL draft, all future awards, and of course, outside of the NFL, they have NBA, MLB, NHL, everything on BetUS Sportsbook, even casino games. If you want to check them out, click that link down below in the description again to receive a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits using code JOIN125 up to $2,500. They have a fast 24-hour payout and a reliable 24/7 customer service. If you have any questions, please bet responsibly. And we have to give a huge shout out to BetUS for being the proud sponsors of Touchdown Kingdom. Coming up next, we have Aaron Rodgers, quarterback for the New York Jets. He has a lot to prove, not only to himself, but the Jets fan base, that he is still the guy to be able to take them to the promised land. There was a lot of hype around the New York Jets last offseason when he came to the New York Jets. The Jets were featured on Hard Knocks. The narrative was the Jets were a quarterback away because of how stacked their defense was. And a lot of people had high perspectives and high views of the New York Jets heading into last season, just for Aaron Rodgers to go down in the 4th snap of the season, week 1 against the Bills. So Aaron Rodgers got to be able to prove, not only to the fan base, but to himself, that he's still got enough juice left in the tank to take the Jets to the promised land. Now, luckily for Aaron Rodgers, he does have a top 5 championship caliber defense of his supporting cast, but the Jets have a lot of work to do in the offseason to build out the offensive line and get weapons around him, but it really is going to come down to Aaron Rodgers himself. Will he be able to play enough good football to take the Jets to where they need to go? He has a lot to prove in this upcoming season. Next up, we have another quarterback within the AFC East, and that's Tua Taga. Now, there are some speculations that the Dolphins may even be moving on from Tua, but I have to assume that's not going to happen, and the Dolphins will give him an extension. Now, Tua Taga, he had a phenomenal regular season for the Miami Dolphins, leading the NFL in passing yards. But similarly to Dak Prescott's season, he fell apart in the postseason, and Tua has to be able to step up when it matters the most. You look back on his 2023 campaign, Tua looked really good against bad opponents, but when they went up against top-tier defenses, he crumbled, and that's why he needs to prove to be able to go up against any opponent and play his best ball. All of the numbers he looked good in, again, was against subpar opponents, and when they went up against top-tier defenses, he crumbled. So this is why Tua has a lot to prove, and I'm noticing a lot of Miami Dolphins fans are even questioning if Tua is their guy long-term. So if there's any Dolphins fans in the comment section, please let us know what you think about Tua. We definitely feel like he has a lot to prove because of the season he had last year. You look at the box scores, he lit it up last season, but then you watch the games, he doesn't really pass the eye test. Is he able to really sustain pressure and put the team on his back in order to get the Miami Dolphins to the promised land? I think he has the potential to do it, but will he? Next up, we have Justin Herbert from the Chargers. Now, this one's interesting because you may be thinking to yourself, what more does Herbert have to prove? Well, Justin Herbert is definitely a very good quarterback, and no one's going to argue that. But now, there's no excuse. He has one of the best coaches behind him in Harbaugh coming to the Chargers when they got rid of Brandon Staley. And I feel like Justin Herbert has been a product of terrible coaching. And now that excuse is not going to be on Herbert's side. We know that Herbert can put up numbers. We know that Herbert can be an absolute dynamic quarterback, making splashy plays, making pretty much any throw on the field. But now the question of Justin Herbert is he going to be good enough to will the Chargers to the promised land? Can he compete with the Kansas City Chiefs for the division title? Can he get the Chargers into the playoffs and be a winning quarterback to lead them into the AFC title game, or dare I say, even the Super Bowl? That's why, in my opinion, Justin Herbert has a lot to prove. He has not proved to be a winner just yet. He has proved to be a pretty good quarterback, but is he going to be able to really carry this Chargers team and get them to where they want to go? And obviously, wins aren't a quarterback stat, but I feel like if Justin Herbert goes off this year and is in the MVP conversation, everybody's going to be looking at Justin Herbert as a potential top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Last but not least, we got Brock Purdy. Now, Brock Purdy is another interesting quarterback because he brought the 49ers all the way to the Super Bowl. What more does he need to prove? To me, he needs to do it again in order to prove that he is actually a top quarterback in this league. He was the last pick in the NFL draft. Last season, he came in there and absolutely lit it up for the San Francisco 49ers, putting up an astonishing season for the San Francisco 49ers and really stepping up in the postseason. But the only thing that's not on Brock Purdy's side is consistency in terms of seeing it on a sustainable path. Will he be able to do it year in and year out? And I feel like he will be able to, and that's kind of the only question marks I have about Brock Purdy. Can he do this every single season? We have 2 years of a sample size of Brock Purdy. The first year, he unfortunately got injured in the playoffs. Last year, he stayed healthy, got them to the Super Bowl just to fall short. And now he needs to prove to be able to do it again before any NFL fan puts Brock Purdy in the conversation as one of the league's best quarterbacks. That's going to wrap up the quarterbacks that we feel like have the most to prove heading into the 2024 season. Please let us know some QBs you feel like have the most to prove heading into this upcoming season. We love to hear what NFL fans have to say down below in the comment section. And don't forget to hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the video and subscribe if you're new. Another shout out to BetUS Sportsbook for being the proud sponsor of the channel. We hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.